Well, heidi ho, friends, and welcome to the Buffalo Marathon Show. I'm Fitz Kohler. I'm one of your very noisy race announcers, and more importantly, your grand poobah. That's right. If you've been to a race, you've seen me in my big fluffy hat with horns. Why am I not wearing it right now? It's at the dry cleaners, obviously, because I wear it around all the time. Sometimes it gets sweaty, sometimes I get like mustard on it, and I had to send it to the dry cleaners. So a clean buffalo hat is always necessary in my day. So we've got a lot of cool things to discuss. We are going to do a swag reveal. And I know so many of you just simply run for the swag, right? And Buffalo's got the best stuff. I'm going to show off one of our beautiful creations for this year. And so you're seeing my shoulders, but look at that, American. So, I announce many races around the country every year, and they're like my children. I love them all. I can tell you great things about all of these races. But the thing I tell everybody about Buffalo is it's the most patriotic race. It just screams red, white, and blue, and everybody shows up so joyful. And even the Canadians come and they're super proud to be American for the weekend. So, yeah, we're excited to have you here. We're excited to show off some swag. We got the medal reveal and our shirts. But before we do that, we're going to talk about some race business. And as we get started, and I see so many of you using the comment section already, which I'm glad you are. Hi, Kelly. Hello, Crystal. And Jam, we're going to get some answers for you soon. But I want you to start by writing in what your favorite Buffalo race has been so far, if you've run it, and what race you're going to run in 2023. So right now I'm going to bring in our race director, one of our race directors, my friend and yours, Greg Weber.
Good evening, Fitz. How are you? It's been an ages since I've seen you.
It's been very, very long. Has it been all the way since Buffalo Marathon?
Yeah, I missed the running conference this year, so we didn't get our second visit this year. So yeah, I mean it's been a long time. I miss you. You are the face of this race, and I can't thank you enough.
Wow, I love being a part of it. And I know Rudy Novotny does too. We should have dragged him on the
Who?
show. But who? The
Who?
junior poobah. He's kind of new to race announcing. He's pretty good.
He probably doesn't. He probably doesn't remember he comes to Buffalo.
Oh, that's not true. That's not true. He's a very important part. Okay, so we got Jesse, your favorite part. Yeah, we're gonna have really good stuff this year. Kelly is running Buffalo half this year. Marcus from Kentucky. Hey y'all. Give him a hey y'all, Greg. I want to hear you say
Hey,
y'all.
hey, y'all.
Good, very good. All
You
right.
know,
So
Fitz, as we talk about swag, one of the things I would be interested with, because we've already revealed some of it, and we're really going to focus on the medals tonight, is people are running last year. I want to know how many people actually still using their tumblers every day.
oh,
I
that's
have I have mine right here, right? Mine never leaves me, right? I'd be very interested because we put some effort into those last year.
yeah, and everybody loves them. I use mine all the time. I have my pink mug with me right now, but always carrying around the Buffalo. And then people say, "You ran that?" I say, "Well, I run at the mouth in Buffalo." Lori Weiner. You know what, Greg? She is one of my hotties. Lori is a good friend. She's fantastic. Her husband Peter has lost about 100 pounds. When he showed up in Buffalo, mind
Well,
blowing.
we're not going to help him find it. He can just go out and run again.
Yeah, he's done with it for good. Okay, so we are talking. Oh, look at here. You got a y'all. Y'all get to the training center.
We're ready to go. I mean, I think I'm going to look away here for a second. I just want to check a number because I think today is a special day. As I look at the registrations, and it is exactly Fitz 100 days until race day.
You know what? We should be wearing
We
the
didn't
old.
plan this. We didn't plan it. It just happened to work out on the calendar.
It just happened too. So listen, I got the comment section. Patrick Beauchesne, one of our favorite Buffalo runners.
Way to go.
He's registered for Heart to Heart. So let's jump on that, folks. I'm going to continue to bring in your comments. So keep telling us what your favorite part about the Buffalo Marathon weekend has been and what race you're running in 2023. Let's bring in one of our queens from Kaleida Health. It is Danielle Burns. She is the Donor Relations Officer for Kaleida Health Foundation. Hey, Danielle.
Hi, Fitz and Greg. Thanks for having me.
We're super
Thanks for giving
excited.
up part of your anniversary for us.
It's just 5 years. It's not super monumental.
Oh, just
Oh,
5
come on.
years.
5 years is as important as 50 years.
And what is the gift for 5 years? Is it like paper plates or something?
It's wood.
Did you buy him some wood?
Actually, no, it was like
not wearing any pants.
I know. I said buy. Did you buy him?
No, he got a whiskey barrel wood ring because he actually never had a wedding ring. So something different. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't actually believe I'd get an answer when I asked the question, but Danielle. So before we get to swag, we want to talk about the Kaleida Heart-to-Heart Relay, what we've been doing. Greg, do you want to talk about the accomplishments in the past first and then reveal the big news, or do you want to do big news?
Yeah, I would love to. I mean, Heart to Heart has been a brainchild we started, 4 years ago now, as we throw in the pandemic, 2019. And it's an effort we put, as Fitz, you well know, the race, from my board and our committees and all of our sponsors is dedicated to the community. And you can't have a great community without a great hospital. And we're very lucky to have Kaleida as our premier partner for the last 3 years. And, I'm happy to say tonight we've executed the deal that they will be our partner for the next 3 years, right? So they're so happy with what we've done and this whole thing and how it's worked. It's been a great partnership, and Heart to Heart really benefits the Buffalo General and GVI hospitals and cardiac care. And I hate to say it, we're all graying. I'm graying faster than I like to think I'm graying. And ironically, I joke about this now with heart health and everything. 3 years or 4 years ago when we started, I never thought about it. But about 2 years ago, I was in a doctor's appointment and they told me I had the startings of cardiac disease. So in reality, all this stuff we're doing may someday affect me personally. 650,000, Danielle, or whatever number of people die every year from cardiac problems. There's no vaccine. Get healthy, move, run, eat better, live better. But still, there's a lot of people affected by this. So this whole effort is really an effort to help the hospital, help GVI, help people get healthier. And we've accomplished a lot in the last 3 years. I mean, I think we'll leave the accolades and everything of what we've accomplished to Danielle. But I personally, as the executive director of this race, am very proud of our contributions to the hospital and the community.
And
so Danielle, why don't you give us a recap of just I can say I actually participated in the event 1 year. I actually raised the money. I ran as a heart-to-heart runner after we did the race. We could talk about that if we want. But Danielle can speak to the direct impact at the hospital that we've had.
Sure. So I think, unfortunately, the Gates Vascular Institute, which we always refer to as GVI, is one of the best kept secrets in Buffalo. It's world renowned. Some of the doctors that we work with joke that it's actually known better around the world than it is in Buffalo sometimes. Because most people do not visit Gates Vascular Institute unless they have a loved one there or they need the services themselves. So GVI is one of a kind. When you go in most hospitals, you'll see a cardiac center separate from a neurological center, separate from a vascular center. And the beautiful part about GVI is that Dr. Hopkins 10 years ago brought together all of those services into one building, really honestly on one floor. And all of these doctors work together, collaborate. It's this kind of beautiful collision that they all work together in the same space. And really what it's brought about is, life-changing, innovative treatment for cardiac care as well as stroke. So they're very closely related. So it's just a fantastic facility. It's something that, we're really, we're grateful and we're lucky to have here in Western New York. And so the Heart to Heart races support that. In the past 3 years, the Heart to Heart runners and the Buffalo Marathon have raised over $500,000 to support the Gates Vascular Institute, which is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, we cannot thank those runners and, the Buffalo Marathon board and Fitz and everybody who, is promoting this and talking about how important it is. And what that money has done is helped us replace our hemodynamic monitors. And those monitors are there for people who are in our cardiovascular ICU. And, they've gone through a pretty difficult time in their life. They've had some major surgery, and those monitors are making sure that our nurses know exactly what's happening with that patient continuously so that they can receive the best care possible.
And so I do believe these monitors go with the nurses wherever they are. They keep it on an iPad, and they could be across the hospital in a different room, and they would get updates on, patient X. If they start having issues, that iPad will tell the nurse, hey, it's time to head back to patient X because he or she needs it right now.
Exactly. It really projects out what the patient will need, not just right then, but it follows trends. So it helps give the best possible care.
Fitz, I had the opportunity recently to sit with one of the lead nurses in the hospital, and she was talking to us about these monitors. And we get people in, and nobody understands the hospital until they're in dire situations, right? They're not going by the hospital going, gee, I wonder what's going on in there. And everybody thinks it's all the most modern technology, whether it's like Tesla, right? But it's not, right? Things get dated, they get aged. The hospitals have, everybody in Western New York is fully aware of the stress on the healthcare system and the financial strain that's going on. So any little bit that the community can help the hospital, it's amazing. And to hear about these monitors as a tech guy and what they can do was absolutely amazing. And to know we have our name stamped on them in every room, not literally stamped on them, but that somebody is going to be helped by them every day, 24/7. It means a lot.
So let's get to the nuts and bolts of this conversation right here. As you've proven yourself to be generous, the marathon organization has contributed to Kaleida, changed lives, saved lives. But now we're going to do more this year because whatever we've done in the past is not enough. So what's the big reveal on our partnership with Kaleida this year?
So we as a team decided this is a community effort. It's about the community. We wanted to remove the barriers for people entering Heart to Heart. So starting February is Heart Month, right? So we started on Heart Day, February 14th, and we had already discounted the registration fees significantly for Heart to Heart to try to encourage people to join in. Well, now we've removed them. People can go, and you have the code scrolling on the bottom. People can go and register for the half marathon, the full marathon, the relay with 3 of their friends, and they can do it for free. There is no outlay of cash. Use the code, you get to sign up. The only thing we require is that you meet the minimum fundraising requirements. And some people have told me, oh, they're too steep, they're this, they're that. Well, at the end of the day, this is for the community. This is for people who are going to need it. This may be for you in the future, right? So is it steep? I don't think so. I did it. I raised 3 or 4 times the amount of money that was required, and it wasn't a big effort. I have a few friends. I put a post on Facebook. People gave me $10, $20. Before I knew it, I had $1,700 or $1,800. So
what is the fundraising amount? What's the minimum?
If you are running the half or the full, it's $500. So if you think about it, and the race right now costs, I think it's $120 to register outright. If you were to register for free, donate that money to Heart, you would be more than 20% of the way there to raising your goal, right? So you could make a difference. Thank you, Erica. It is not, and I mean, what we really need is for people who are doing it like Erica to say, it's not hard. I have a lot of people who have already made the goal that are registered. And then the relay is $1,000. So we've really reduced it for the relay, right? It's $200. It would be $100 to register. We're requiring quote each person to raise $250. But if
Fair.
the team raises $1,000, they're in. It's that simple. And then at the end of the day, this stuff all piles up. And Danielle has told me our goal this year, I think, is $180,000 to buy new AI software. Everybody's heard about AI, artificial intelligence, but in reality, the stuff they can do in medical to scan these images and stuff is incredible. We want to provide Kaleida with all those tools so that, God forbid, if you or your family member ends up at GVI, they've got everything they need at their fingertips.
So, Greg, as you were talking about, you expect all this modern stuff to be in a hospital, and sometimes it's real dated and old. With my breast cancer nonsense a few years ago, if I had been receiving the treatment they were dishing out 20, 30 years ago, I'd be dead. There would be no more Fitz Kohler. You'd be like, whack,
that's a testament, right? Everybody believes. You always hear you have the best hospital. I hear all the time, I'm going to a doctor, whatever the doctor is. I have the best doctor in town. Everybody always has the best doctor in town. What I can tell you is, while I have not personally been treated by the doctors at GVI or Kaleida, I have sat in demonstrations with their equipment and everything. If I had a problem, I would not hesitate to run to Gates Vascular and Kaleida. Yeah. I mean, I've talked to the doctors. They're brilliant, and the stuff they're doing is amazing. And Danielle says, you drive by the corridor on Main Street where the hospitals are. Admittedly, when you drive by, it's not shiny and new. But what people don't see is inside those buildings is shiny and new, right? Well, it is like CSI in those buildings. I was blown away when I walked in. I wish everybody in Western New York could see what's in those buildings, because it is absolutely amazing.
So Danielle, what do you have to share to our athletes? We'll wrap this up shortly. What is your plea on behalf of the Kaleida Health Foundation for these athletes to choose to fundraise and join our relay, or full or half on our Kaleida team?
Sure. Well, thank you to those who have run it in the past, and thank you to those like Erica who already signed up and raised money. As everybody knows, a marathon could be a once in a lifetime experience. It's unbelievable. It's so much fun, and the Buffalo Marathon makes it amazing. And then on top of it, you would have the opportunity to raise funds that are going to impact people right here in our community, and honestly, across the world. Our surgeons, our physicians are broadcasting their treatments and their procedures across the world because that's how well known they are and that's how incredible they are. So it's an amazing organization. It's an amazing cause. I personally donate. I truly believe in what we're doing at GVI, and I just encourage everybody else to sign up and be a part of the Heart to Heart team and just feel even better when you cross that finish line, knowing that you're helping so many others.
Well said. Well said. All right. So people have their marching orders.
They have their marching orders, and I think one of the things we haven't touched on, and you had pictures flowing. I mean, Kaleida has been so grateful to us, and I talked about I joke with my kids and they hate it, right? I said I've been told I have the beginnings of heart disease. So on December, I think it was 20th, Danielle invited me to the hospital, and the hospital was gracious enough to dedicate a waiting room on the 3rd floor of GVI to the marathon. And, not just to the marathon, I mean, we talked about what the plaque should say. The marathon is a vehicle. It's the Heart to Heart runners that made the difference, right? It's our runners that make the difference. It's not me. The board and I support it. We want to make it available. At the end of the day, it's the runners and the community that make this thing go. And it's a privilege and an honor to be able to direct it and be able to have some impact on it. But I can't thank those Heart to Heart runners enough. And I want to see more. I mean, you've got a free entry right now. It's the half marathon. It's the full marathon. You get the medal. You get the jackets. You get the party. You get everything like you spent $125, but you get to help the hospital. How is that a bad thing at the end of the day, right? Come on, people. I'm telling you, I've done it. I'm not sitting here saying it's easy because I haven't done it. I've done it. I did it 2 years ago. So, and I did it while I was directing the race. So,
Yeah.
So that's how I feel. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm passionate about this. I might need this. I might need it someday. You never know.
$500 in 100 days. I know everybody can accomplish that. Even if you do
$5 a day. That's a coffee.
Yeah. Do a car wash. You can raise the funds and no problem. All right, Danielle, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're excited to be a part of your organization. Look, we're gonna right here. We got this comment. GVI is amazing to save 2 members of Cheryl's family from cardiac issues and stroke, and she's forever grateful. So that's a good testament.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Danielle. Happy anniversary. We can't wait to see you in May. And we can't wait for Greg to give you guys another big wall-sized check.
Yes.
The weird check presentation, Greg?
Is there what?
Do you do one of those big funny checks?
Sometimes we did. I mean, with COVID and everything, the hospital's pretty stringent about getting into it and doing things. So it's not as easy as you would like, or as much fanfare, but we'll find some way to do it. I mean, this whole thing for me is very important, that for 3 years, the Heart to Heart runners have been doing this. I call it closing the circle, right? You can go someplace and donate $1 to some cause. You never know where that dollar goes. When you donate $1 here, and I think that's an important fact that we haven't touched on. As I work with Danielle, the marathon's money, when we talk about the AI software and stuff, it's dedicated dollars, right? When we say there's $1 going in, it's going to the software. It's not going to any other causes, any other research, any other fees or costs. That's what our target is. As the donor, we have the ability to say, this is where we want our money to go, or our runners' money to go. So it's important for me that the runners understand that their donations, or the donations they're collecting, are going right to the hospital. And more importantly, there's 2 things. And I mean, I can beat on this all day. You know, Fitz, I can talk.
I'll take you down, Greg. You cannot beat on anything all day.
Let me get this out, because I've done other things. There's 2 ways that the donations really come in. One is Facebook. Our runners can set up a Facebook page, and you'll be surprised how many friends you have that will donate to you. You may also be surprised how many friends you have that will not donate to you, but that money from Facebook comes to the marathon 100% fee-free from credit cards. Okay, if you donate $1 on Facebook to one of your friends, to Heart, it is going to be sent to the marathon, and the marathon will forward that money to the hospital. So $1 to $1 goes to the hospital. If you donate on the marathon site, our registration fee takes a small percentage. It's 1 or 2%. And then that money, the minute you click donate, goes right to the hospital. The marathon never touches it. Okay. So, I mean, those are the 2 avenues that the money flows into the hospital. But most of the money that we've seen donated this year is already in the hospital's hands, waiting to buy the software. We just need to get the total. I think the total is $180,000 this year.
Yep.
That's their goal. I would like to hit $180,000 and give Danielle another $340,000 that she doesn't know what to do with. I'm done.
Danielle, thank you.
I got it. I'll let Danielle go to her husband, because it's 5th year. We know it's anniversary for Wood.
And then Danielle, Erica commented on the Buffalo Facebook page. If you'll check it out and reach out to her, she'd like to connect.
Yes, most definitely.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
If anybody has questions about this, they can email information@buffalomarathon.org. They can go to it. I will answer them. I mean, I want everybody to get involved in this. I would like all my runners to be Heart to Heart runners, because that would be amazing.
It would be amazing. Are you ready? Are you ready to talk about the thing we advertised we were going to talk about?
Nah, let's cancel.
Swag reveal.
Now, why do we want to do that? Who cares?
Okay, we got to know.
Is anybody on this call right now that cares what the medals look like?
Hey, listen, some of them are going to be like, if that's not good, I'm running elsewhere. So
so if we're going to talk about swag, let me do a little background. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Keep it brief.
Huh?
Keep it brief. They're chomping at the bit. I'm not even showing.
Okay, it's only 8:30. I got all night.
I'm going to take him
Rudy,
down.
he remembers. Hi, Rudy.
Hey, watch this. I just took him out.
So for years, Buffalo, you're the Grand Poobah. For 1 year, we went away from buffaloes and we got lamb basted on it. So we've always stayed with buffaloes as the theme. I will go out on a limb right now and say buffaloes will still be the theme. But this year, we're trying something different and something I am really excited about. We have always come up with, our metal company has come up with a design and we kick it around, and it's not easy, people. I can tell you, we work on this for a long time and people look for it. So this year we tried something different. We enlisted a local artist who has her own Buffalo brand that she markets. And we asked her if she wanted to be part of the race. She was thrilled. Her husband actually owns the rec room on Chippewa and is part of our Friday night and Sunday night party. And we asked Caitlin Ring to be here tonight, but Caitlin has a small child who she's putting to bed and could not make it. So we'll let that go. We're going to do a couple things with this design. One of the we have three things going on. We have the design, and we're going to be very interested to see how people like it. The other thing we're going to do this year is Caitlin's going to sell prints on her website because she is a working artist, right? So we want to support, again, back to the community, the working artist. And Caitlin is also talking about doing possibly one, maybe two actual paintings of the design during the expo that we will auction off and donate the money, whether it's to Kaleida or one of our other 50 charities that she picks. We haven't decided that yet, but it's actually a whole bunch of cool stuff going on wrapped in and around the metal. So I'll leave it up to you now. I'm very excited about it.
All right. So, okay, we're going to show the metal designs. Know that these are the metal design drawings. They're the mock-ups. We don't have actual metals yet because we're still a few months out. But they're very pretty. And we're going to go starting with the marathon. Are you ready? Are you ready finally to see? All right, let's start with the marathon. I think they are so much fun. Guys, use a comment section. Let us know what you think. We got a sporty buffalo here with a headband and cool shades. And it's earbuds. That's our half marathon.
And we've never, Fitz, we've never really talked about it. It's a concept we started 7 or 8 years ago, and I don't know if anybody ever has caught on to it. Our medals are set up for the marathon, have always been, there's a couple of key themes we always follow.
Hold on one sec. There we go. There's the mini marathon. That's the kids' races. And then I think the baby one is so cute. Here comes the diaper dash. These are set to go for 12 seconds each. So there we go. The diaper dash. I'm going to be so jealous of the babies that they can earn that. That's the cutest buffalo on earth.
I'll give you one.
Oh, I would get one. I'm not having another baby, but I will take your medal. And then this one is the for the Ruffalo Stampede. And look, it's got the little the hook so you can put it on the dog's collar.
Yeah. So there's a lot of key things that are going on here with these medals. There's things we try to keep a theme going on, and the way they're set up is, sort of that we follow the Olympics, right? It's gold, silver, bronze. The marathon is gold. It always has a gold background. The half marathon is silver. The 5K is bronze. That's, it's not to disparage any event. We just kind of tier it.
Tradition.
The races are tiered in size. The marathon is 4 or 4.5 inches. The half is 4 inches. This is kind of like the concepts where we post on Did You Know, right? These are, we could use these as trivia facts, right?
Oh, yes.
And then when we look at the marathon, we have 3 primary colors. And Fitz, what are those 3 primary colors?
Red, white, and blue.
There you go. So the marathon is based on blue. The half marathon is based on red, and the 5K is based on white. So that's how it works out. If you look at the lanyards, the marathon lanyard is based on blue. The half marathon is based on red.
While you're talking, look at the comment section.
Yeah,
Everybody,
I see them. So it's kind of hard to look at my camera and look at the comments. So
no, just look at me and the comments.
So the 5K is based on white. So we do that, and there's a couple things going on. I mean, my daughter actually came to me 2 or 3 years ago and said, "Have you ever seen Caitlin Ring's artwork?" And I said, "No." And I looked at it and I went, "Okay, that's pretty cool." This year we got it rolling. I'm really excited about it. It's unique. You're not going to get another. I don't know how many metal designs, you can speak to this, in the country are actually done by a working artist. Right?
Usually it's between a race director and a graphic designer that works for the metal company. So this is a wonderful way to incorporate a local artist and give them more.
And Ashworth Awards that we use has done a great job to work with Caitlin, and they've taken it and they've incorporated the metal and the banner, and Kim has been busting butt all week to try to get me these. Yes, you do get these for both the half and the 5K. And I am thrilled with the way they came out. And Fitz, what's the most important part of this medal? You can use this as a trivia question for a free giveaway.
The most important part of the medal, I think it's the buffalo.
You think it's the buffalo? I think there's something else a little bit more important than the buffalo.
And the buffalo? No.
Where's it made?
Oh, made in America.
It is made in Massachusetts. So it is one of the things we've strived for in 8 years. We've always wanted to be an American-made race, and the medals we're able to do with because how Ashworth Awards produces them, and we can't thank them enough for being our partner. The shirts and the swag, we're not quite there yet. We have American designed. We still have manufactured offshore, but we continue to strive to bring it onshore. But the medals, they are made in the USA. Christmas ornament, use it for it. We want to be the made in America race. That is, everybody's talking about supply chain, bringing it home, bringing it onshore. And, we told people last year we did tumblers because of supply chain problems. We have a lot of people. We haven't seen many comments about the tumblers, but we like the tumblers, but we know people want the shirts. So we've gone back offshore for the shirts. Joe from USA Racing in Syracuse has produced an incredible design. He produced the design you're wearing. He'll have the merchandise at the expo. We're excited to get back to 2023 now. We're excited to get back to 2023 and get this thing running. And people better get registered, because what they don't realize, and what people don't realize, is the race sellout numbers are dictated by the quantities we order, not the capacity of the street. Does that make sense to you, Fitz?
Absolutely.
So, and for the people that may not ring true to or make sense, we need to order, because we order things offshore for the swag that everybody wants, the shirts. I needed to place that order on January 15th. So on January 15th, we had 3,000 people registered. I had to make a guess as to how many people we are going to have on May. When we hit that number, we're sold out.
Yes.
So it's not that the streets can hold 35,000 people. I can't order 10,000 shirts on this third week of May. They will not be here.
So, and what is the cutoff date? What is the final date of registration, Greg?
The final date is when we sell out, or probably May 1st, as we get things ready.
Okay.
But so definitely, we have hit sellout numbers every year with the exception of the to 2021.
Okay. So let that be a notice to everybody, is if you want to do this, register now. Don't wait. Just get it done. You get better prices now if you register for the relay or the Collida Heart to Heart Challenge half or relay.
For free.
You have right, but you have more time to fundraise. So now it's interesting. They say it's like most 5Ks have 70% of their registrants come the last week, which just throws a race organization into chaos. So
it really does. And, and I go back and I talk about this being a community event. 70% of our runners come from Western New York. Those runners who believe they're running can register today and help the organization, right? Yeah, everybody wants to wait to the last minute. Am I going to get a better offer? What's going to happen to my fees? All that. You can defer. If you defer,
we don't want people to defer.
We don't want people. We want people at the start line. But in reality, the people know they're going to register, and I get people calling me and you've asked for discount codes. This race no longer is discounting the race. The cheapest price you can register for is in fact today.
Yeah.
Heart to Heart is free, but the actual registration price is not going to get any cheaper than today. You're not going to see a coupon in May. You're not going to see a coupon in April. You're not going to see a coupon in March. Today is the cheapest price. So why wait? If you had registered in August, you would have saved, I don't know what it is, 65% against the registration fees now as we ratchet them up. But we too get the majority of our registrations in March.
Yeah.
And as a race director, I can tell you, doesn't help me sleep at night.
Right.
Because I don't know. Are people going to show up after the pandemic? I said to my board, we were talking about ordering the shirts. I said, this is the hardest decision I, as the leader of this organization, have to make. I have to pick how many people I believe are going to run the half.
Well, 3 cheers for Crystal Murray because she registered.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how to do it. All right. You know what, Greg? People are asking. We've got shirts to show. I like this one. Sweatshirts or T-shirts versus coffee shirts. He's got T-shirts.
I think next year we'll do crop tops.
Yes. Now we're talking. Now you're fine. Maybe those little micro shorts, booty shorts. Booty shorts for everybody involved.
Well, it's interesting because we did actually announce and release the shirt. So it's surprising that people haven't seen them, but go for it because I think Joe did an incredible job on the designs.
Yeah, I love it too. Let me remove the comment and then we're going to show you the tea, not coffee shirts. Here we go. And this one is for the marathon.
And what color is it?
That's blue. I love that, Greg. Very nice. I think they're out of order. The back is super pretty. Look at the inside of the hood. That is worth running 26.2 miles for right there.
That is a fully what they call sublimated shirt. It is built into the shirt. This is the 5K because it's what color Fits?
White.
There you go.
Look at me learning and stuff. I love the inside of the hood. It's so great, Greg.
And the thing that this, the thing that the shirt does not show is the quality of the material. We've strived to have this shirt. Fitz, this shirt is fashioned against that blue marathon shirt I gave you last year from Running USA. So these shirts are incredible. Joe has done an incredible job.
Very pretty. I like this teal. This is for the relay, right? The marathon relay.
For the relay. So every member of the relay team gets one of these.
Gorgeous.
And the relay team, they only have to run 6 miles. The marathon person has to run 26 to get that.
Yeah, the blue one. That's special. Yeah, these are gorgeous, Greg. I love them.
We're proud of. I mean, you do the races, Fitz. You know what we give away, and you're better than anybody to talk to. I mean, people can say, "Oh, she's being paid by the marathon to say good things about it." Well, that's true. We do pay Fitz a extremely large money.
What?
But Fitz is
never enough, Greg.
Yeah, she's also an extremely honest person, and if she didn't believe the swag was good, she wouldn't tout it. I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb here. We've given Fitz a lot of stuff because she is a big, I believe it's a marketing effort as she wanders around the country. But tell Fitz, do you have a picture available of what you were wearing at the Super Bowl party, or can you?
Yeah, I can pull that up.
So Fitz went to a Super Bowl party in Colorado at a running conference that I was not at. Now, if I remember correctly, the Bills were not playing in the Super Bowl again.
Darn Bills.
But can she pull it up? Because I was blown away by what she did.
I think I can. Okay, here it goes. All right. This is what I wore to the Super Bowl party. I wore my Buffalo Bills jersey, and people said, "But you're from Florida." And I said, "Oh, but sometimes my heart's in Buffalo." Those darn Buffalo Bills, they made me my own jersey. How could I resist? Right? Look, it's got my name on the back. Very stylish.
And the Buffalo and AdPro, the company owned by the Buffalo Bills, made that shirt for Jersey or for Fitz, and they not only made that shirt, Rudy has one as well.
Of course, Rudy
So,
looks better in his.
Rudy's aspiring to be like you, so that's all there is to it.
Yeah, you know what? He looks better in his, but I hang in there
I don't think so.
That's nice of you. I think, yeah. Rudy's only the junior poobah here in Buffalo.
So now we've released. So everybody has seen the medals. They've seen. We'll have. I don't know if Kim's going to produce samples for us before it's time to go to production. I would say at this point we have a few minutes left. We normally schedule an hour. If anybody's got any quick questions as far as race logistics or whatever, I mean, feel free to ask at this point. If not, we'll let people go. We'll hang out for a little while. Marathon does not, JM, have a virtual option anymore. We want people at the start line. We appreciate the fact that people want to run virtually, but we want people in Buffalo experiencing Buffalo and everything that we have to offer.
Yeah. And might I add that, folks, this is a place where you actually can make a racecation out of it. And so before I went to Buffalo to announce the race for the very first time, I really didn't understand that. I just didn't know. But there's so much stuff to do there. The falls, if you've never been to Niagara Falls, they are spectacular. It's our nation's first national park, and it's not just looking at the falls from various angles. You can go to Canada, look to the falls, and look from America. But the Maid of the Mist, the boat that you can ride through the falls. There's Cave of the Winds where you can kind of climb through the falls. It's exciting. It's exhilarating. It's fun and funny. There's places to go hiking. There's children's museums. There's a Buffalo Zoo. And I've done the majority of these things. So I really look forward to coming back to Buffalo. And I even want to repeat some of the activities I've done before because I had such a fantastic time. So make a racecation out of this race weekend.
Yeah, I mean, what people don't realize is you generally come in on Wednesday and we do the race and you work hard. You work hard through the entire weekend, and we should probably tell people you're not going to be there on Saturday for a good reason. Her son is graduating from high school, and we've given her the day off.
Yeah. Well, let me say this. I will not be there for the 5K. Parker graduates Friday night. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of this baby of mine. I've actually never had to miss a scheduled race weekend for anything. That their schedules have just naturally coordinated around mine, but I couldn't be more thrilled to start off that weekend being the mother of another high school graduate. So
no, your kids are great, but people, I mean, we're exhausted come Monday, but she generally doesn't go home until Monday night or Tuesday. And then Fitz and I and whoever's left hanging around, Fitz says, "What's the latest thing we're going to do?" And we've done the Maid of the Mist. We've done the Gorge. We've done a lot. So it's like, what's the next thing we're going to expose her to? I think it's jet boats.
That's what I was going to say. The speedboats, please.
Yeah, we got to do the jet boats, although it's a little cold in May, but I'm willing to take it. I'm willing to take it on as long as Rudy's still in town.
Oh, I would love for Rudy would love that. Rudy would love that. Also, we need to, shoot, where to go? We had a thing. Anchor Bar. Anchor Bar is a good time.
Yeah.
Original place. So buffalo wings don't come because buffaloes have wings. Buffalo wings, the spicy wings were invented in Buffalo. So that's a special place to be.
There's a lot of reasons to come to Buffalo. And that hoodie came from our store online. You can order that from Joe. Mine is actually in the mail right now after I saw Fitz's. I don't actually own one of those yet. She asked for new swag and I had it sent to her.
Said, please, now.
Yeah. And just for the record, Rudy doesn't have one in the mail. I should probably send him one. So Barbell is good. Been to Barbell. I probably like Barbell. I like Barbell as much as Anchor Bar. I'm not going to say I like one more than the other. But what people should know as we talk about these things, it's kind of like the what did you know? I met Fitz several years ago. She didn't know anything about Buffalo. She just wanted to announce on the East Coast because all her races are on the West Coast. Little did she know she was going to fall in love with Buffalo. So, and then we are going to become fast friends. So, I think I would encourage everybody to register tonight. I would encourage everybody to register for Heart to Heart. If you are watching this and you are currently registered for the race and you feel compelled to register for Heart to Heart and you email me at rd@buffalomarathon.com or our information email or get in contact with me some way, I will transfer your registration to Heart and I will credit you for whatever you paid for the registration to Kaleida. So you will be that much closer. That's how important I feel about Heart to Heart and the difference we're making at the hospital.
That's fantastic, Greg. That's really, really kind of you. And the other thing is, folks, if you want to just donate, if you're moved to, you can just donate because
there's a button. There's a button up on our website. You can just donate. I mean, if you know, our goal is $180,000. We currently have over 3,000 people registered. If 10 people, if every person donated $10, that would be $30,000. If everybody donated $50, and I know that's not going to happen. Times are tough. People are struggling, but that would be $150,000. We would be there. Right now, if everybody donated $50 that registered, called it a night, or on our donate button, we would be at $180,000, buy the software for the hospital, done, and we would be looking to buy something else, right? I mean, this is about community and give back. That's what it's about. The race since, I mean, I can go on and throw numbers out, but this race has given back more than $1.4 million since it started to over 50 charities in Western New York. And these are little charities, right? These aren't big corporation charities. These are charities like, I have a friend who came to us and she runs a food bank out of Hamburg. And she feeds families out of her church. And so they take off Sunday services and she started with a water stop because if you want to volunteer, come volunteer for the race at volunteer@buffalomarathon.org. We pay groups that are legit not-for-profits $50 a head to come volunteer. And there's all of our volunteers are getting compensation back to their groups. But this group is a classic example. They did a water stop. They earned $1,000 for doing a water stop.
Nice.
It paid their budget for, 2, 3, 4 months.
That's wonderful.
They had so much fun. They picked up a second water stop. They're going to get $2,000 this year, and they're doing traffic control. They're getting $50 a head. So they're going to make probably $2,500 or $3,000 on a Sunday morning to help feed people throughout the year. I mean, this thing just goes on and on and on and on as to how much impact we have on the community. And these are all the runners doing this, and they don't even realize. And that's why I know I get on a soapbox and I get going, but people need to understand the impact they're having.
Yeah, it's all very meaningful. That's our running community, always working on their own health, great causes, and their community. So best to the best, no doubt. Patrick, not sure about this. We haven't arranged anything. I have brand new books coming out right now. So
I was going to say, go ahead, plug your book because you have your own cause going. Fitz wouldn't do this without my say so. And we didn't talk about this beforehand, but I bet she's got one on her desk.
I always have one on my desk. Okay. So this is the memoir, My Noisy Cancer Comeback. That one came out in October. And there's some big scoop on my wild and wacky experience in Buffalo. See that bald chick right there? That's me. And what am I doing? I'm singing the anthem. You want to know why and how that happened with my heinous voice? Well, you got to read. So that's My Noisy Cancer Comeback. But
which was about 90 days after you were diagnosed with breast cancer.
Yeah, it was after like my fourth round of the
March, April, May, 120 days. Yeah.
Yeah. And where did I go directly after the Buffalo Marathon?
To the hospital for IVs.
No, I was hospitalized overnight. Yeah. But it was worth it. All worth it. So that's My Noisy. But this is the new book. I really hope everybody knows. So, when you get pregnant, every pregnant woman gets what to expect when you're expecting. Consider that book for cancer patients and survivors. This book, I'm a fitness expert with a master's in exercise and sports sciences. And so this book takes all of my fitness expertise and all of my cancer street cred, and sadly it's vast. And I'm helping other cancer patients and survivors rebuild their bodies through exercise, nutrition, mental fortitude, quality rest, complementary care. It's filled with amazing photos, a graphic designer.
And what's your background?
Master's in exercise and sports sciences. Exercises to do in a chair when you can't stand up. Exercises to do in bed when you can't get out of bed. Exercises to do in a shower. So I was sick. I was violently sick, exploding all the time. So I took 3-4 showers a day. But every time I got in the shower, I stretched. So this book is the blueprint. So if you know someone with cancer and you're worried about them declining, which, does the decline come quickly, and you want to help them get back to energy and strength and vibrancy, your healthy cancer come back.
And I can speak to Fitz's book, and as we talk about heart health and wanting to be there for the hospital and everything, when you look at Fitz, and I can tell you from heart to heart, it's easy to raise $500. Come out and do it. It is easy. Fitz when she writes these books, she's speaking from a point of reference where she knows. I can tell you, I was with her. I watched her lose her hair. I had I probably did cry. Rudy told me I was the second person outside of her family to know she had cancer. She showed up at our race and nobody would have known she was sick. Yet she was getting IVs in the Hyatt at night while everybody else was resting. So there is so much love and so much compassion that goes on at this race that people don't know about. And I like to talk about it. You may not want me to talk about it, but I like to talk about it because I go back to it's community. It's people who believe in the event. It's people who believe in what we're doing. It's people who believe in themselves, right? As they cross the finish line at 3 hours or 4 hours or 5 hours, it is, or 6 hours. There are just so many stories. They go on and on and on. And I just, if we could come away from tonight and have another 50 or 100 people register for Heart to Heart, I would try to do back handsprings, but I would probably hurt myself in the process.
Well, it matters. It all matters. All right. So I'm going to do a quick giveaway because we talked about this and you didn't have giveaway items. So I have giveaway items. I have my audio book. And Greg, don't say it. Do you know when the first Buffalo Marathon was held?
I actually do, but I have a better question.
Okay. Well, we're going to have 2 questions.
Okay.
So what year?
The first Buffalo Marathon in the current iteration, not the first Buffalo Marathon.
Okay. All right. The modern day Buffalo Marathon, what was the very first year? Use that or answer that question in the comment section, and winner will get an audiobook. And you get to hear me go blah, blah, blah for 10 hours, 10 whole hours. So, what was the very first year of the modern day Buffalo Marathon? Oh, that's why Erica joined. I love it, Erica. Is it 2013?
Sorry, Ellen. Nope.
Darn it. Helen. But we love you, Helen.
Yeah, you can volunteer, Helen. Bingo.
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 All right, Patrick. So email Greg, rd@buffalomarathon.org, and I'll get a discount code or a code for a free audiobook. And then I'm going to give away one more thing because, again, you don't have prizes. I have a 6-hour online course. It's called Fixing Your Life with Fitness. It will help you achieve your ideal weight, get in shape, teach you everything you need to know. 4 pillars of fitness, excuse busters. What is the next question, Greg Weber?
Well, okay, I will match what you're giving away, and okay. I'll give away an entry, and I'll give an entry away to the full or the half or the relay, but I do it with heavy heart because you can register for free right now, right? I mean, to do Heart to Heart, but if you don't want to do that, I will give you an entry if you can tell me how many years I've been involved with the Buffalo Marathon.
Oh my gosh, personal years. Do you know how
Huh?
many years? Do you know how many? How do people look that up, Greg?
They can't.
All right. And Patrick told me to give my book away to someone else. He was like, I don't want to hear you talk. I'm going to make a guess. I'm going to give it to Helen.
I'll make it easy. How many years have I been the executive director of the marathon? That can be looked up. Nope.
No. Is it 10?
Mm-mm.
No. Helen, you get my audiobook anyway, so mostly because I love you. 15?
That I've been executive director? No, it's 15 years that I've been involved with the race. No.
No, y'all just keep throwing out numbers.
Yeah, you can just keep throwing out numbers all night long. I think I'm going to go to bed.
And we should have said, like, how many dancers did Rihanna have at the Super Bowl?
It's 8. This is the
Beth
8th year.
Kent. She's already registered, but she will use that. She will find a friend.
Yeah.
Beth,
This is the 8th year.
Okay, congratulations.
We directed. You know, it's 9 years overall, but it's the 8th year we've directed because we postponed 1 year. So it's been a long time. I've been involved since I think 2008. So it's been a labor of love, a full-time hobby. So we're good. So
okay. So you know what? I gave my audiobook to someone who already has it. So that's like a ton of bricks. If anyone wants the audiobook, to say, I want the audiobook, and I'm going to give it to you. That's the contest. So we've gone through 2 people who already have my book.
Funny, I didn't get a signed copy of the book, but that's okay.
Look at this. This is typical Beth Kent. That's what she does. Greg, you say, I'm going to give you a free registration. And she says, I will donate. And she will donate. She is a
Beth, you are the bomb. You get the cause. You know, it's bigger than all of us. It's bigger than all of us.
Paul, you get your shirt when you pick up your bib at the race, and then you get your medal as you cross the finish line.
Yes, and I will go on record now. It's on the website. There is no Sunday morning bib pickup. It's only on Saturday.
Okay. And the other thing people should know is that we will do a final pre-race instruction show the week before the race, probably Monday or Tuesday. And so that's when we'll go all over the course details, expo details, where, the when, the times, all of the other things. So, all right, Arlette, you've got my audiobook. Congratulations, Arlette. The Heart to Heart, we talked about this at the beginning of the show, but it's a half marathon, a full marathon, or a marathon divided by 4. All right. Okay. All right, Greg, I think I'm going to wrap it up and kick you out. We are just under 60 minutes. Thank you for all of the good news. I'm hoping everybody not only will consider doing a heart-to-heart run themselves, but please share with friends. I mean, word of mouth is our most powerful tool. So use it. Word of mouth, spread the word.
I mean, there would be nothing better. I mean, our goal is $180,000 this year. We've raised more. Pandemic is tough. We know it. The pandemic is hard on everybody. I mean, there would be nothing more than to say when that last finisher crosses the finish line, I can look at you and say, we raised 200,000, 300, 400,000, whatever the number is. Any dollar that we raise is a dollar more than the hospital had. But I want to buy that software. I want to go into the hospital and say, go buy the software. Here's the check, right? That's what I want to see. And just as an aside, when we go to the hospital, and I know we're over, and we didn't touch on this, and I don't even know if you're aware of this, the kids race, the diaper dash, which are presented by Oshai and Children's Hospital because they're involved in the race. We have 350 kids. We're more than 50% sold out for 8 and unders. It's free. People can register. The diaper dash, 2 and under, 26.2 feet, more than 50% sold out. They all get a swag bag. They get medals. They get bibs. Last year, we started a program, and we're going to continue it on, where we order another 150 swag bags for all the kids in the hospital.
Yeah, and deliver them.
We delivered all of those bags to the kids in the hospital, and they got all the same stuff the kids do in the race did. And we didn't feel it was fair. They couldn't participate just because they were dealing with life. and had to be in the hospital.
Yeah.
And they were very well received by the parents and, more importantly, by the kids. And I've got the pictures to prove it.
So my goodness.
It's incredible. So it's a great organization. I'm proud to be part of it. I'm proud to be the steward of it. And I couldn't say thank you enough to my sponsors, Kaleida, Tops, Dick's. You know, it goes down the line, right, as to who sponsors us and who sponsors these events. And, you know, if somebody wants to be a sponsor, call me. I got more coming every day. This is just, we do more for the community, and it's not just us and me. It's all 8,000 people put together. Yeah. It takes a village.
Wow. We have got a wonderful village. A quick reminder, folks, clearly people are following Buffalo Marathon on Facebook. We have an Instagram page. Follow too. It's the greatest way to get updates and exciting imagery and things to get you pumped up for race weekend. You can follow me over here. I love to connect with our athletes and start working on getting in shape, walking and running shape. We're looking forward to seeing you moving in May in Buffalo. Get to work. See you soon, team.
We'll see you in how many days?
100 days.
It's 100 days, and I'm gonna see you. Maybe I'll see you this weekend, but
we'll go paddleboarding.
Yeah, we'll go paddleboard.
All right. Good night, everybody. Love you all.
Mwah. Good night. Thank you, everybody, for